Older women carry a beauty that is deeper than youth. It's not just in the way they look. It's in their confidence, their wisdom, and the quiet fire in their presence. They've lived, they've loved, and they've learned what real connection feels like. And yet, even with all their experience, they still crave one thing: a man who can make them feel alive again. Not through shallow charm or empty promises, but through presence, passion, and emotional depth. When you become that man, you'll realize she gives you more than just her attention. She gives you her trust, her desire, and her full self in ways younger women cannot compare. Before we dive deeper, hit that like button and subscribe, because what I'm about to reveal might just change the way you see women forever. And trust me, you'll want to stay with me till the very end, because that's where the real secret is waiting. Older women are different. They are not like the younger ones who can be swayed with simple flattery or distracted with small gifts. So, no, they have lived long enough to recognize the difference between a boy and a man, between empty words and genuine actions. And if there is one thing that opens the doors of their heart and eventually their intimacy, it is respect. But respect is not just about saying polite words or calling her ma'am. Respect is about how you treat her in every moment. It is the way you look at her, the way you listen to her, and the way you make her feel like she matters. Most men never understand this. And that is why they never get close to her in the way they dream about. When an older woman feels respected, something powerful happens inside her. She begins to relax. She begins to soften, and she begins to trust. And that trust is the first spark of desire. Because for her, attraction is not about your age, your looks, or your wallet. It is about how you make her feel about herself when she is around you. If you can make her feel valued, if you can make her feel seen, you are already halfway to unlocking the side of her that very few men ever get to witness. Think about it. When was the last time someone truly listened to her? When was the last time a man looked into her eyes, not just at her body, but into her soul? When you become that man, she will not be able to resist giving you more of herself piece by piece until eventually she gives you everything. Respect is not weakness. In fact, it is the ultimate form of strength. Because when you respect a woman, especially one with experience, you are showing her that you are confident enough in yourself not to play games. You are showing her that you do not need to prove your manhood through arrogance. Instead, you prove it by how you hold her presence, how you make her feel safe, and how you ignite a sense of security in her. And here is where the magic happens. Once she feels safe with you, her guard comes down. And when her guard comes down, her femininity rises up. She begins to show you the side of her that is sensual, playful, and deeply passionate. The side that younger men often never get to see because they are too busy chasing and not enough focused on respecting. Imagine this. She is sitting across from you, listening to you speak. If your words carry respect, if your energy is calm yet powerful, she begins to lean in without even realizing it. Her body language softens, her eyes begin to hold yours longer, and her smile lingers a little more. That is not just friendliness. That is her subconscious telling you she is opening up. That is her desire slowly being awakened. And the more respected she feels, the more she wants to give herself to you. This is the secret most men miss. They think desire comes from flashy gifts or strong pickup lines. But for older women, desire is born from the safety and security you create with your presence. Respect also means not rushing. You don't push her. You don't try to grab what you want too quickly. You move slowly, deliberately, allowing her to feel every moment with you. And this patience is what makes her crave you even more, because she realizes that you are different from the rest. You are not desperate. You are not needy. You are in control of yourself, and that control drives her wild. She knows you could rush. She knows you could push, but you don't. Instead, you let her unfold in front of you, and that unfolding is where all the intimacy is hidden. Respect is the reason she will choose you over men her own age. Because while they may remind her of her past, you remind her of something new. You bring freshness, curiosity, and excitement into her world, all while honoring her as a woman. And once she feels this blend of respect and desire, she begins to crave your attention. She begins to wait for your calls, your messages, your touch. And when the moment comes where she finally lets you in, it will not be shallow. It will not be casual. It will be deep, passionate, and unforgettable. Most men will never know this secret. They will chase. They will flatter. They will flatter. They will try to buy their way into her life, and they will fail. But the man who respects her, who sees her, who makes her feel safe, that man will own her desire. That man will unlock the part of her that no one else can reach. And once she gives herself to you, she will give it with intensity, with passion, and with a fire that younger women can never match. Because for her, intimacy is not just physical. It is the ultimate expression of trust, and trust is built on respect. So if you want an older woman to give herself to you, remember this. Start with respect, not the fake surface level kind, but the kind that makes her feel like a queen. Because when you treat her like she is more than just a body, she will give you her body, her mind, and her soul. And when that happens, you will realize that respect was not just the key to her heart. It was the key to unlocking the deepest desire she has kept hidden for years. Confidence is the language that women cannot ignore, especially older women. They have seen enough men in their lifetime to instantly recognize who is pretending and who is real. A boy hides behind arrogance, behind fake bravado, behind empty words. But a man, he does not need to prove himself. He walks into a room and without even speaking too much, his presence commands attention. That is the kind of energy older women crave because it makes them feel something younger men often fail to give them. Security and desire at the same time. Think about it. When you carry yourself with confidence, you are telling her without words that you know who you are. You know what you want, and you are not afraid to take it. And this subtle dominance is exactly what she secretly longs for. Because while she may act strong on the outside, deep down she wants to feel a man's strength guiding her, holding her, leading her. Not in a forceful way, but in a way that makes her feel safe enough to let go. Older women don't fall for hesitation. The moment you hesitate, the moment you act unsure, you lose her interest. She doesn't have the patience to teach you how to be a man. She wants to see it in the way you talk, the way you stand, the way you make decisions. When you ask her out, do it with clarity. When you touch her hand, do it with certainty. When you look into her eyes, hold the gaze a little longer, not nervously, but with quiet fire. That is how confidence builds desire inside her. She begins to think, this man knows what he's doing. He knows how to handle me. And that thought alone starts turning into attraction, into curiosity, into a craving for more. Leadership is not about controlling her. It is about guiding the moment. When you meet her, don't just ask, what do you want to do? Take initiative. Plan something exciting. Show her that being with you means she doesn't have to think. She doesn't have to carry the weight. She can relax into her femininity because you are steering the energy. This is intoxicating for older women. All day they deal with responsibilities, with decisions, with people relying on them. But when they are with you, they want to surrender that control. They want to feel like a woman again, not someone holding the world together. And when you give them that gift through your confident leadership, they will reward you with a side of themselves that is wild, passionate, and unstoppable. Imagine this. You walk into her space. You greet her with a steady smile. You compliment her in a way that feels genuine and powerful, not over the top, but precise. You hold her hand firmly. You lead her across the street without hesitation. You open the door for her, not because you are trying to impress her, but because it is natural for you to lead. She notices everything. She feels everything. And slowly she begins to lean into you. She starts letting her guard down. She starts testing you less because your confidence is proving to her that you are solid, unshakable. And that unshakable energy makes her body respond in ways she cannot hide. Her voice softens, her smile grows, her eyes search yours more often. This is not by accident. This is her attraction awakening, her desire building, her curiosity exploding. What most men don't realize is that confidence is not loud. It is not about flexing your muscles or bragging about money. It is quiet. It is steady. It is in the way you sit back, relaxed but alert. It is in the way you listen without rushing to speak. It is in the way you make choices without second guessing yourself. That calm masculine energy drives older women crazy because it is rare. Too many men shrink in front of a powerful woman. But when you don't shrink, when you stand firm, when you meet her maturity with your own grounded strength, she feels something she cannot resist. She feels like she has finally met a man she can follow, a man she can trust, a man she can let herself go with completely. And once you reach that point, the game is over. Her resistance melts. Her independence, though still strong, shifts into something softer. She begins to imagine what it would feel like to be completely taken by you, to give herself fully because she knows you won't misuse it. She knows your leadership comes with protection, with stability, with desire that is controlled yet powerful. That balance is intoxicating. That balance is why she will give herself to you and not to anyone else. Most men chase. They beg, they try to convince. But the man who carries himself with confidence doesn't need to chase. He knows that his presence alone is enough to attract her. And when you combine that confidence with the subtle art of leading her into experiences, guiding her energy, showing her that you are unshaken by her tests or her power, she will fall for you in ways you never imagined. Not because she has to, but because she wants to. Ha! And when an older woman wants you, she doesn't hold back. She will pour her passion, her fire, her femininity into you with a force that will leave you addicted. This is why confidence and leadership are non-negotiable. Without them, you are just another man trying his luck. But with them, you become unforgettable. You become the man she craves, the man she trusts, the man she chooses to give herself to fully, completely, without hesitation. And that, my friend, is the power of true masculine confidence. Passion is the one thing that separates you from every other man she has ever known. And when it comes to older women, passion is not about being wild or uncontrollable. It is about presence. Presence is what makes her heart beat faster, her body soften, and her desire rise without her even realizing it. You see, most men think passion is about physical moves, about showing off in bed, about trying to impress her with stamina. But an older woman has seen all of that. What she craves now is a man who can be with her in the moment, a man who can make her feel like the only woman in the world when she is in his arms. That kind of presence is what awakens her fire and keeps her coming back for more. Think of this. When you are with her, are you distracted by your phone, by your thoughts, by your insecurities? Or are you locked into her, watching every expression on her face, feeling the rhythm of her breathing, touching her in a way that says, right now, you are my entire world. When you give her that energy, she melts. She cannot resist because presence is rare. Most men are either stuck in the past or worried about the future. But the man who is here now fully with her, he is unforgettable. He is the one she dreams about long after he has left. Older women don't want to feel invisible. They don't want to feel like their time has passed. They want to feel alive, vibrant, desired. And when you show up with passion, you remind her that her femininity is still powerful, her body is still beautiful, and her soul is still magnetic. You awaken in her something she thought she had lost. The thrill of being wanted, not out of convenience, but out of pure desire. And this feeling is addictive for her. Once she experiences it, she will want it again and again. And she will want it only from you. From you. Passion through presence is not just about physical touch, though that is part of it. It's about how you look at her, how you listen to her, how you respond to the little things she does. When she laughs, do you laugh? Do you look at her as though that sound is the most beautiful thing you've ever heard? When she speaks, do you lean in and make her feel like her words are the only ones that matter? When she reaches out to hold your hand, do you hold it back with strength, making her feel secure? Or do you let it slip away distractedly? Every small choice communicates something. And when you choose presence, you are telling her, you are my focus. You are my desire. You are the one. That message goes deeper than any compliment you could ever give. Imagine this moment. You are with her. The room is quiet and you are simply sitting together. Most men would feel awkward, would try to fill the silence with chatter. But you, confident, grounded, passionate, you allow the silence to live. You look at her, you smile, you touch her face gently. And in that moment, she feels more desire than she has in years. That is passion through presence. It is not forced. It is not rushed. It is natural, magnetic, and it makes her body respond in ways she cannot control. Her breathing shifts, her eyes soften, her lips part just slightly. These are the signs that you have reached her, that you have awakened her desire. And here's the secret. Older women crave this even more than younger ones. Why? Because they miss it. They remember what it feels like to be pursued with real energy, but they rarely experience it anymore. Men their age may have lost the drive, and younger men often lack the depth. But when you show her both drive and depth, passion and presence, she sees you as the rare man who could bring her back to life. And once she feels alive with you, she will give herself to you completely. This is why passion is so powerful. It makes her curious about what you will do next. It makes her excited to be around you. It makes her think of you at night, replaying the way you looked at her, the way you touched her, the way you made her feel young and radiant again. That curiosity keeps her hooked. That desire makes her crave you more deeply than she ever admits out loud. Most men fail because they are either too aggressive or too passive. Too aggressive and she feels pressured. Too passive and she feels unwanted. But when you balance passion with presence, you hit the sweet spot. You ignite her without forcing her. You invite her without begging her. And that balance is irresistible. She finds herself opening up to you, letting you in and giving you all of herself, not because you demanded it, but because she cannot help it. So if you want to know the final secret, it is this. Passion is not about trying harder. It is about being more present. Be there with her fully. Give her your focus, your energy, your attention. Let her feel that in this moment, nothing else exists but her. And when you do that, she will not only respond with desire, she will surrender with fire. And that fire will make you realize that presence is not just attraction. Presence is power. It's power. Presence is passion, and presence is the reason an older woman will give you what she hides from the rest of the world. And now you know the truth. Older women don't give themselves to just any man. They give themselves to the man who knows how to awaken what's been sleeping inside them. If this opened your eyes, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more, and most importantly, drop a comment below and tell me which part of this message hit you the hardest. Because the man who pays attention, learns, and applies is the man every woman secretly craves.